Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video, and today I'm doing a $500 gaming PC build. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and you guys have definitely been requesting it, so make sure to drop a like rating and to subscribe. Without any further ado, let's get into today's GeekaWhat video. So with any build, I always get asked, James, how will this build perform? This build will smash 1080p, and performance-wise to my $400 build, it is quite similar, but there are some significant upgrades that I'll go over in just a moment's time. This is great for medium settings at 1080p, achieving 60 frames per second. In some of your slightly older games that are more popular, such as the World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft, CSGO, Dota 2, all that kind of stuff, you are going to be getting high settings at 1080p, whilst achieving some pretty ridiculous frame rates. So let's kick it off with the CPU. Now this is what sets this build apart from my $400 build. The Intel Core i3-6100 is a Skylake chip from Intel. Now James, why does that matter? Why should we care? In your $400 build you had a quad core, and this is a dual core CPU. And the reason for that is this CPU supports DDR4 memory. It has better single-threaded performance, which matters for basically all games. You tend to find that a lot of games will only use the first core, or a single thread as it's referred to, making the CPU a better option. It's also compatible with games that require a quad-core CPU because it has hyper-threading, which basically has 2 physical and 2 virtual cores. It gets seen by the computer as having 4 threads, 4 cores, and that's ultimately what matters when it comes to gaming. But of course, these Skylake CPUs have to have a special infrastructure behind them, and they are more costly, but the performance definitely warrants the extra price. Housing this CPU is the ASRRock H110M-HDV. It's a motherboard in a micro ATX form factor and sports the LJ1151 socket that is crucial in order to support and in order to actually use the Core i3 that we've gone for. The Core i3 has a decent clock speed and isn't overclockable, hence the lack of a Z170 board motherboard, because this motherboard doesn't support overclocking, but neither does the CPU, so it doesn't really matter. With regards to RAM, it's always just easy just to go cheap. Corsair's Value Select 8GB, 8GB DIMM in a 2400 2133 MHz speed is all you need. It comes in at $30, which for DDR4 is a ridiculously good price. I mean, this is a really great value kit of RAM, and going for some super expensive RAM isn't going to scale your performance up all that much anyway, so stick with this stuff. It's the best value and it certainly gets the job done. When it comes to storage, for me in this build there was only one option. A Seagate Barracuda 1TB hard drive was an easy selection. You can also go for the WD Caviar Blue if you wish. It just happens that this one is cheaper, and I own like 3 of these, so I can recommend this one much more easily. It comes in at a 7200 RPM speed, which is as fast as mainstream hard drives get, and 1TB gives you 1000 GB for your movies, music, games, etc, etc. Having an SSD later on down the line is going to be a great upgrade decision to put Windows on to drastically increase boot times, but for the time being this hard drive more than suffices. For the video card, I stepped it up a little bit. It's still the GTX 950 from my $400 build, but you have to remember that extra performance is coming from the CPU. I did go for a higher end GTX 950 though, and coming at $160, this 950 certainly isn't as cheap as they get. From Zotac, it's a really nice looking card. It uses their AMP edition cooler, which I think looks really great. It comes in a grey blacky kind of colour scheme to match basically any build. And yeah, that's basically it. It looks absolutely sweet. It performs absolutely sweet. I mean, what more could you ask for? The case I chose was Bitfenix Nova. It's an ATX mid-tower case with a beautiful window on the side. It's got USB 3, USB 2, your front panel audio connectors, and you can get it in black or white, but I've got a black one linked for you in the description below. The power supply I chose was XFX's XT 500W. It's an 80+ bronze certified power supply in a full-size ATX form factor, which is going to fit perfectly in our build, and 500 watts certainly gives you a bit of headroom, meaning you could put another hard drive, another SSD, and maybe even a graphics card upgrade in this if you wished later on down the line. And for just under $500, this build really is absolutely phenomenal. If you do want to pick this up, I'll leave Amazon links for you and a PC part picker link in the description down below. If you did enjoy this video or find it helpful, please do drop a like rating. It really does help, and make sure to subscribe. But as always, we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.